Hi, this is Dr. Schilling from Secoya Health, and I want to make this brief video for you to help you understand why I'm so passionate about QNRT and why I believe it's so life-changing for you. So first of all, you want to appreciate that if I had to choose one tool out of everything I have in this clinic, whether it be regenerative medicine, chiropractic brain balancing, nutrition, anything we do, it would be QNRT. And why is that? If you can imagine taking a completely unconscious process that's controlling your life and turning it into your greatest tool for leading you into the future, that's what that can give you. So your body doesn't know the difference between real and imagined, and it doesn't know the difference between physical stress and emotional stress. Your body manifests it in the same way. So you can imagine a stressing time in your life and it can show up in your body, or you can have a time where you think about a physical trauma and actually show up as a symptom in your body. What QNRT does is it gives you the opportunity to disconnect the stressor, the event or the person or the situation, the relationship, from your current life, and it'll propel you forward rather than holding you in the past. The best explanation I can give you is my wife Sarah's story, where she had lost her sister. Her sister was giving birth to our niece, and her sister Becky died in childbirth. Now, my wife took this as a complete surprise, was completely inconsolable. Weeping inconsolably, couldn't work, couldn't leave our house, was just inconsolable. I couldn't get her out of her shell, break her out of the funk. She went and did some EMDR, and then eventually I got her to go see Dr. Steve Irestone for some QNRT before I had learned how to do it. And then she had one reset, and she couldn't force herself to cry. So she would be like, why am I not crying? This is weird after the fact. So what it did is disconnected the stress response and helped her then regain her life because she was just completely incapacitated. So when you understand that in the absence of trauma, the body breaks down on the inside versus before the outside. Okay? So if I haven't been hit by a car, been in a car accident, fallen off a ladder or something like that, and I feel a pain in my body somewhere, it's because there's a stress in my body. And if it's not an organ issue, because the organ doesn't have an issue unless the brain tells it to, then you have to go up to the brain. So if we can understand the subconscious versus the conscious and the psyche and the mind and things like that, and we can help disconnect our stress responses from how we interact with other people, our life can change dramatically. The way I think about it is that if there's no stress, there's no sickness. You can't find someone who's healthy and happy and in gratitude all the time and sick at the same time. It just doesn't happen. So if you know anything about neuroemotional technique or Psych K or EMDR or anything like that, think about those on steroids, because QNRT takes it to the next level of using cranial nerves and a bunch of other nerdy stuff to help repattern your brain's stress responses so that you can be free of those old stresses and they don't govern your life anymore. So when you think about, it's not the cards you're dealt in life that matter, it's how you play those cards. So in other words, it's not where you start, it's where you end up. What QNRT can give you is a new start. It can give you a new lease on life. It can help get rid of those old guiding principles that keep driving you into the ditch, and it can help you flourish and live your best life. So if you think about the health of your relationships is the greatest predictor for your quality of life and your quality of health. If you have any relationships that are unhealthy, then what you would be best served in doing is spend all your time figuring out how to make those relationships right or end those relationships altogether. So play your cards the best you can, figure out the toxic relationships if they're there, do what you can to amend them, and then let go of it if you can't. So we like to think of healthy relationships equal our optimal health. And if you don't have optimal relationships, you can't have optimal health. So what is QNRT going to get you? And the best way I can put it is it's going to be decreased stress, a better stress tolerance, better stress resilience, more able to navigate stressful times, decreased pain because you're going to reconnect the brain with the body. When you have a disconnect between the body and the brain, that's when density starts building up in tissues and you have nodules and lumps and all this other crap that show up, or pain in your joints or degenerative joints and stuff like that. It'll decrease your limitations. QNRT will decrease your limitations because there are learned beliefs you have in your mind that you picked up from watching mom and dad. You inherited them from mom and dad, grandma, grandpa, things like that, that are guiding you into the ditch. They're underlying principles in your nervous system that you learn by watching other people, which are driving you off course from where you want to be. It's also going to get you better sleep. You're going to have more energy. You're going to have better digestion. You will have better clarity. You'll have a better understanding of your origin story, like where you came from and things like that. So what do you do next? So next step is to fill out the ACE survey below and see what your ACE score is to find out what's going on with you and how many ACEs you have to determine what that is as far as the prediction for your ill health in the future. And then if you want to, if you're ready to go, if you're ready to jump in and you know this is right for you, and you feel it in your gut, then fill out the type form below to determine, and we'll figure out whether you're a candidate for us. It's our way of figuring out whether we're a good fit for each other. So fill out the ACE survey, figure out where you're at in life, fill out the type form to determine whether you're a candidate for our program. One of our team members will reach out to you, but QNRT can provide you a new lease on life. So don't hesitate, get back to living your best life now. Fill out the form below, and we'll look forward to talking to you soon. All right, take care.